Welcome to another edition of Play It Through, and this time around it's track and field, brought to us by Konami. Now this is one of the first Olympic-style games that came out on the Nintendo Entertainment System, and it is pretty limited, but it does have 8 events that are actually pretty fun to play. They can be played single or multiplayer. The problem with this game, and amongst all the Olympic-style track and field games, is they're pretty much button mashers. Very few of them have actually changed up that gameplay, and most of them just come down to whoever can press the buttons faster. Now in this run, I'm just going to go through each event once to just kind of showcase and show what this game had to offer, and that's what I'm going to be doing throughout the rest of my Olympic-style games in honor, of course, of being the 2008 Summer Olympics going on currently in Beijing, China. Now, like I've warned before in a bonus video, I will be using some turbo button during the course of these videos, just because I cannot button mash on the keyboard as well as, of course, I could do it on the actual gamepad, and some of these games require so much button mashing that they're really just unfun to play. Now, being the first one of its kind, this one is pure button mashing for the most part, which doesn't take too much skill actually to be able to beat it. For that event, it was just whoever presses the button the most within the time and the fastest ends up winning. That's all it takes to win the 100-meter dash in this game. Now, for the long jump, you not only have to button mash, but you have a line, you have to time it, that you're going to press up on the D-pad to time your jump, and, well, whoever makes it the farthest jump ends up winning, and that's all differentials based on the angle. When you hit the up button to jump, you can see the angle, currently at 20 degrees, will shoot up massively when you jump. So if you hold it up too much, you're going to end up just flying really high into the air and completely missing your jump. Now, of course, for some of the events, you do have multiple tries, and for the long jump, we have 3 tries, whatever one is our best. We just have to get over the 550 mark in order to advance or qualify or whatever, which we have clearly done even on, my second jump. So the third jump really didn't even matter at that point, but you get it anyway. Now here we go with the 110 hurdles race, and it's the same thing as the 100-meter dash where you're going to be mashing the button a lot, but you do have to press up to be able to jump over the hurdles. You crash into them, you slow completely down, you penalize, whatever. So you gotta keep doing. Now hopefully I can actually do this here. And it's a tie. That doesn't happen very often. And what the heck is that? Seriously, what is that? Was that like a weird naked bear or something? I've never seen that before. I haven't played this game much, but I've never seen that before. Maybe it's a bonus for tying or something. I really don't know. Anyway, here's the Javelin Throw, as we just kind of steamroll right through these events. It's not going to be, most of these games don't take too long to play. And I'll explain it because the Javelin, hey, has 3 tries, so I get to explain the Javelin as we go. It's basically the same exact concept as the high jump. You just run as much as you can, mashing the button as fast as possible, and then when you get to the line, you want to press up in order to launch the javelin, and whoever throws the javelin the farthest is the winner. You qualify and you don't fail. So, the last try here, I've already qualified on my first and second throws, and the third one qualifies as well, so on to the next event. And the next event is actually slightly different than the other events, as you can see random running on a track. This happens every time after the Javelin Throw. Maybe it's like a midway point or something, and I really don't get. It's kind of like the halftime show. So you get to see the 2 same generic runners, just kind of like going randomly around the track. But here we go with, an actual shooting game. Of course, part of the Olympics, but in this one, you see you have 2 red squares on the screen. They're each controlled by the different buttons. When you want to shoot in the one, you want to press that button that corresponds with that one. And as you can see, they come out of both sides, but mostly focused on the right side. And you do, of course, then have 2 chances to get it. And you don't have to aim, you don't have to do anything. The box does all the work. You just have to press and time the button in order to get all the shots in. And you have to get a score of over 2,400 in order to qualify on the easiest, the level 1. This isn't like the hardest difficulty. As you continue to replay the game, you do get harder difficulties. But I'm just kind of showcasing what you can do in the events, or what the events entail. On my second try here, though, I get a score of 3,800, so yeah, it seems like I'm definitely going to be able to qualify in this one. And even though I've already qualified easily, I do get another try at it anyway to see if I can do any better, but usually once I've already hit the qualifying mark, I really usually don't care as much on the second or third tries. And it's the same thing as before. Just trying to time up the shots correctly within there, and there we go. My little guy is happy that he just shot a whole bunch of plates. Okay, on to the next event. And the next event actually is the triple jump event, which is similar but different from the high jumping event, or long jumping event, sorry. Okay, here we go. Run as fast as possible, and then you have to time 3 jumps in the correct angles in order to see how far you can make it. And on that one, on the first try, I've already qualified. I just have to make it into the little pit area in order to qualify for the event. So let's see what happens on my second attempt. A little bit better, maybe. There we go. And looks like, nope. I messed up the jumping on it, and I did worse than the first one, but still qualifies. Already qualified. Here we go for the third try. Let's see if I can make this one the actual best of all of them. Okay, up. Nice long jumps here. One more. And a nice 14.26, better than all my other ones. And of course, it qualified as well. Which that will be my official one. I got 3 tries and 14.26 is my best, so that's the score that continues. Next up is the Archery Competition, which random targets roll by on the right, and you have to shoot them. When you're shooting them, you hold in the button, and as the longer you hold in the button when you shoot, is the angle. Now, I usually aim between 4 and 6. You want like 4 point something or 5 point something. Is usually the center of the target. If you hold it too, just barely press it, you're going to be on the outside area, or if you hold it too long, you'll be on the opposite side of the target. It ends up being a pretty simple event. It's a little bit difficult to get the bullseye, but if you get the timing down correctly, you can almost get a bullseye every single time. Now, after you get a certain amount of points, or sometimes you get bonuses, you do get an extra little bonus of this weird cat comes down with an apple on its head, and you get to shoot the apple on its head. Which really doesn't make much sense to me in terms of archery competitions. I didn't know that was really going on all the time. I didn't know cats just walked around with apples on their head, and the competitors had to shoot it off of there. A little weird, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, on my first try, I completely obliterate the qualify score. So I already have now the world record on my first try. So there's like really nothing else going to be going on in the rest of them. I don't really need to do anything. But I'll try to even get a better score than I did on the first try. And like I said, once you get timing down, you can get that like perfect 5.0 on the angle. You end up getting a bullseye every single time if you get it correctly. You get exactly 5.00. It's an instant bullseye if, of course, the timing was released at the right moment. Yeah, this is probably the most boring of all of them to watch because it takes a long time for all the targets to slowly trickle down the length of the side there. Apparently my guy's happy because he qualified, but he already qualified, so really, what was the point in that? Okay, one last try here, and I don't know if I'll be able to do. I doubt I'll be able to do as good as even the second score on this one, because guess what? Like I said before, once you qualify, the other ones don't even really matter, unless you're trying to break a world record or something. But hey, I did that on the first try, so hey, I'd be breaking my own record. As you can see, I have a couple more left. There's another one, 2 more arrows. It looks like left. Okay, next target. Nice 320 point score. And the final arrow here. There we go. 350. Okay, so it still qualifies, so he's happy again. Now, next up is the final event of track and field. This one is actually the high jump. I called the long jump the high jump earlier, but this is the actual high jump. And I cannot do this event by button mashing. So you see I failed because I did not get enough speed in order to make the jump. So for these final 2 attempts, I will be using turbo button. You have been forewarned. I am using turbo button for the next 2. And you can obviously tell that because of how high my speed got, because I hit the turbo button. Either way, by using it, I was able to easily pass, but hey, it's really not a shock. Nor would I say I'm really trying to qualify by using the turbo button. And there we go, the final jump. I qualified, and a little song plays, and hey, that's it. It goes back to the first event to repeat the events all over again. But so that is track and field. There is actually a sequel to track and field, which I will be covering later in the week. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.